It was a busy weekend for Elon Athletics, and our Alex Simon is here with more. Alex, what's up?
Thank you, Maya. Well, campus is still abuzz over a report that 5 freshman student athletes were reprimanded before homecoming weekend after shooting paintballs at President Lambert's house. According to multiple sources with knowledge of the situation, 3 football players and 2 women's basketball players were suspended from homecoming weekend sporting events for what the athletic department called, quote, a violation of team rules. Before I reported the story Friday, the university and the Office of the President declined to comment. No police reports were filed on the incident, and the Office of Student Conduct did not respond to multiple inquiries for comment. All 3 football players, wide receiver Jeremiah Bridges, defensive back Khalil Moore, and defensive lineman Marcus Willoughby, were back on the field this past Saturday in the football team's 27-3 loss at Albany in New York. The 2 women's basketball players, guards Jada Graves and Madison Wilder, were not dressed for the Saturday's exhibition victory over Division II school Wingate. And it's been a rough week for the Elon men's soccer team as the Phoenix lost its 3rd straight home match Saturday night, falling to Hofstra University 3-1. Elon was able to tie the match early in the second half after a wild sequence where sophomore midfielder Amir Burkane scored on the 4th shot inside the box. But Hofstra struck back 10 minutes later, scoring 2 goals in 6 minutes to win the match. Thanks to other results in the CAA, Elon did clinch a spot in the conference playoff tournament, but the loss knocked the Phoenix out of contention for a bye to the semifinals. Elon's final regular season match is at 7 p.m. tomorrow against UNC Wilmington, and it will determine Elon's seeding, but we do know that the quarterfinal match on Saturday will be at home on Rudd Field. But it wasn't all bad news for the Phoenix this weekend, as sophomore cross-country runner Nick Ciolkowski defended his title Saturday morning, winning his 2nd straight CAA championship in Newark, Delaware. Ciolkowski won the 8-kilometer race in 25 minutes and 10 seconds, finishing 13 seconds ahead of the runner-up. It's a more enjoyable contrast to last year's race, where he won by 7/10 of a second in a sprint to the line. Ciolkowski is once again at the CAA Men's Cross Country Athlete of the Year and will run again at the NCAA Southeast Regional Championships Friday, November 11th in Charlottesville, Virginia. And baseball fans everywhere will get to enjoy at least one more World Series game as the Chicago Cubs won Game 5 over the Cleveland Indians 3-2 last night. And while they're off tonight, Cleveland will get a chance to try for its first title since 1948 tomorrow night. And when they do, former Elon quarterback Joe West will be calling balls and strikes behind the plate. West has been umpiring in the big leagues for a record 39 years and is working his 6th World Series as an umpire. West is a 1974 graduate of Elon and was the starting quarterback from 1971 to 1973, leading Elon to the NAIA National Championship game in 1973 and setting multiple passing records at the time in school history. West was inducted into the Elon Sports Hall of Fame in 1986.
Alex, thanks so much.
Wow.
So much happened.
Well,
Absolutely.
I'll admit a little bit of bias. I'm from Cleveland, and I hope West will be calling plenty of strikeouts for the Cubs. That's all I'm saying.
Against the Cubs.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it personally will be interesting to see what happens in Game 6 because Arrieta pitching for the Cubs will make it very difficult for Cleveland. But with Corey Kluber on the mound in Game 7, if it gets there for Cleveland, I still think the Indians win the series. We'll see if it ends with Joe West behind the plate, though, for a little bit of an Elon tie that way.
Well, I
Thanks
hope you're
so
right.
much, Alex.